Hey guys, Coach Vic here with another little mindset video for you. Today we're going to talk about setting consistent habits. Okay, so a lot of time in this industry, like the health and fitness industry or the health and wellness industry, we can always talk about setting goals and having dreams and all these things about where we want to be, right? But I think, and particularly at the moment, because we're all struggling with this, doing it alone at home, I thought it was quite relevant, and I've been talking to a lot of the girls that are really struggling with motivation. And it's easy to struggle with motivation when you're on your own, right? Like, you don't have someone to be accountable to, even though we've got coaches that you can be checking in on you. At the end of the day, it's up to you. So I just wanted to chat a bit about that today. And I know if you were like I did before doing this video, if you were looking for a bit of inspiration, you might go to Pinterest and look at some quotes or things like that. And a lot of what I found was talking about how it comes down to discipline as opposed to motivation. So yes, I can kind of agree with that, but I want to dig a little bit deeper with you today, in that it doesn't matter if you've got all the discipline in the world, all the motivation in the world, or none at all. What matters is your why. Why are you doing this? So I'm going to get personal, obviously, it's me, to get vulnerable and give you an example of how this kind of works and what I'm talking about. So for me, for example, the reason why I joined Lissome and started training was I was in a really bad, dark place with postnatal depression. It had been going on for like two and a half years. And I knew I had to dig myself out of it, and I knew that the impact that physical activity and training in a gym had made on my life before, and I knew that I had to, get moving and get into a gym and all that stuff. But because I was in that place, I just couldn't get the discipline, get the motivation, all that stuff. Then one day I realised the biggest thing to get me moving was to think about my why. And it was, in one of those really dark points when I was lying on the lounge thinking about it all, and my little girl was looking at me, lying on the lounge. Her mum had barely got off the lounge for a few months. I was constantly crying, all the yucky stuff. And I realised, holy crap, like, there it is. That little girl is my why. So in that moment, it's really funny, the timing of it, because in that moment, or in that week, I ended up seeing Lissomme's Instagram page or whatever, and then I literally joined that week. We came down, walked in, and the rest is history. My life is freaking amazing now, and I will never look back. But the activity, or the thing that I want you to do for yourself, if you're struggling with motivation, if you're struggling with the discipline, if you're struggling with creating really consistent habits, or you've got a painful thing going on and you just can't figure out how to get out of it, is keep asking yourself why. So for example, for me in that moment, for me to go, why do I feel like crap? Well, I'm not moving. Why am I not moving? Because I haven't for months and I've got no motivation. Why do I have no motivation? Because I have no external things kicking me along. And the more and more you ask yourself why, you'll get deeper and deeper and deeper. So now I realise, obviously, at one point, and I also want to try and get you, the more you dig down into the why, to try and frame it and find it in a positive light. So frame it in a positive perspective. So my initial why when I was in that state was, I don't want to be a bad mum. I don't want to give my little girl this example of a mother who lays around on the couch all day crying. But even that in itself, a massive motivator, obviously, but it was still not enough to lift me up and want me to get going. So I turned that mindset around in asking myself why, or what do I want to be. So For me, it was, yes, I don't want to be lying on the couch and all that kind of thing, but my why is because I want to be an amazing example for my little girl. I want to be a fit, happy, motivated mum. I want to be that for other women. I want to be thriving every day. I want to have energy. I want to play with her, and every time she asks, be strong enough and have enough energy to get up off the couch. So I think I've rambled enough for that little session today. I hope it makes sense. What I'm asking you to do is take the time. If you're struggling with your motivation, if you're struggling to get moving every day, take the time. It's totally okay that we've fallen into these ruts like we all have during this time, but use the time to get yourself going and really dig down deep into finding your why you're doing this, and make it something positive. Hope that helps.